lights down low and watch all the vampires in silhouette. I run for the hills and try to keep my head. There's still a chance we can make it. Yeah, hold on, hope. It's what I'm saying, but the words don't come out right. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. I try not to listen, but I can't turn it off. I'm floating around like a lost astronaut. I try not to listen, but I can't turn it off. I'm coming in hot, baby, ready to go. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Everything is alright, but I keep seeing ghosts in the daylight. Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind? Who's inside my mind?
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday night edition of the Paracrew Podcast. What are you doing?
What?
For those of you new, I am Matt, the paranormal consultant. Joining me tonight, we got the crew back. We've got the trio. We've got Squeakers. Hi, Squeaks.
You're muted.
There it is, muted.
I was trying not to do that again.
Welcome back. Welcome back,
Number
Squeaks.
one.
Welcome back. And of course, the creepiest MF I've ever met in my life, my brother Lurker. What's up, brother?
Guys?
How
Hey,
you doing? Welcome back.
still fighting this respiratory infection. It's been longer than it needs to be, but I'm here with everybody, especially with you guys. course.
Good. Well, we're glad to have you, brother. In all seriousness, we're glad to have you. And we're happy to have each and every one of you here tonight. We've got, by the way, before we get into the show, what did you guys think of the intro? I kind of tweaked it.
I like the pumpkin one.
You like it? I was literally sitting here just going, okay, so I got the intro done, but I was like, it needs something else because we've got 11 days. 11 days, that's it. I'm not counting today. I'm done. I'm over today. But we've got 11 days until Halloween, and I'm excited about it. We've got a wonderful show planned, a Halloween special for you guys, and possibly even a live investigation. So, yeah, I'm excited. So tonight, though, we've got two amazing guests. And you know what? I think the best way to explain these guests is to let them do it themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Suzette. Hi, Suzette. How are you?
Hello. So excited to be here.
Welcome. Glad to have you. And we also have, hopefully, fingers crossed, everybody. Seriously, fingers crossed. We're having some technical problems. But welcome, Nancy. Hello,
I'm
Nancy.
here. Hi, everybody.
Oh, yay!
I did it.
Yay!
Nice.
Sorry about that.
12 times the charm, folks. No.
Really?
Excited.
Perseverance. Oh, well, welcome to the show. And for those of you who don't know, we have the two lovely ladies from Central Massachusetts Paranormal Society. Ladies, welcome. Welcome to the
Nice
show.
to be here.
How are you guys doing tonight?
We're good.
Great.
Good. Glad. So, as we always like to do, ladies, we'll say hello to the audience because otherwise it's just going to be us talking to ourselves. And I love the audience, and they apparently love us for some reason. But of course, our brother David Hale. What's up, David? Welcome to the
Hi,
show.
David.
And I see how it is. Joe. Joe says hi to David, but on us. I see how it is. Joe. Haffern Paranormal. What's up, Robin? How are you doing, my brother? How are you doing? Nerdwitch, welcome back.
Hello.
Hey, wait a minute.
I like to sit down before.
Okay. Oh, there. No, David's saying hi to us.
What can I say? I like to razzle dazzle the audience up,
Get
I do that sometimes.
That's another show, Squeaks. Ron from RRLC Paranormal. Welcome, my brother. We were just actually playing Phasmophobia with Ron a couple days ago.
No,
Facebook user, the infamous Facebook user. Welcome. Hi, Vicky. How are you tonight? Anthony from Texas Wraith Hunters. Welcome, brother. Welcome back.
Oh, welcome.
Where are all of your hosts from? We'll answer that here in just a second. So don't go anywhere, Facebook user. Let's see. Hi guys, Mass in the building. Okay, that has to be Don Vic. That has to be my bro. Yeah, there it is. Uh-oh. It's more like tolerate. See, that was the individual that we were talking about. Remember before Sparky?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
A big UK.
he's never gonna live that one down.
No.
Nope.
No. And especially after this comment, no. No, I love Brian. And we'll talk about Brian and everything he's doing. Actually, during the commercial break, we'll explain. But ladies, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself. And Nancy, since you were having all those technical problems, let's start with you. I want to hear from you.
Oh, gee, thanks. I started Central Massachusetts Paranormal Society in 2004. And we've investigated well over, what do you say, Suzette, more than 100
I would say.
places.
Really.
We were on Ghost Hunters for the Worcester Armory Museum. And we've had a lot of different experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is awesome. Not every day we have a guest that actually knows people or have actually worked with people like
I
that.
forgot
That's
to
awesome.
tell that to you.
This isn't scripted. I wouldn't have read it anyway. No.
See, I don't tell them everything so that they truly can be surprised because that's just how I
Don't
like
scare us.
No,
Just don't-
seriously,
Just don't mute yourself.
Right.
Not going there. But so Suzette, what about you? How long have you been in the field? How did you get into it? What's all that stuff?
So I actually replied to an ad Nancy had in the paper about a paranormal group forming. So a whole bunch of us went, we met her, and I've been with the group and with her ever since.
Aw, that is awesome. Now, how long ago was that? Back in 04
God,
too?
Nancy,
Or?
what, 2004. So
Yeah,
it's
that's when
been-
we started.
Almost
Yeah.
since the beginning. That is awesome.
That's the beginning. And when we first formed the group, just a couple of groups were on TV. There was taps. So it wasn't really a big community as it is right now.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And I know a lot of us, have had the experiences and we've seen the shows and whatnot. And a lot of us had the motivation, but it's always a couple years down the road. You know what I mean? Like a lot of our guests have come on and said, oh yeah, well, when I was little, I've seen the shows or I've seen the shows and, I've, done some research about it, but you just said, no, screw that. We're going, let's do it. And that is
Yep.
awesome.
That's it,
That is-
exactly.
That
I
is
had some
awesome.
paranormal experiences growing up, and I wanted to do some more investigating, find out what it was all about. And then I got the group together, and we've had some very interesting experiences that people just would
Yes.
not believe.
Trust me, on this show, that word interesting gets thrown around a lot. Suzette, what about you? Was it just the show and then start, or did you have some experiences as a kid?
No, growing up, I always felt like I was very intuitive. I consider myself, a clairsensitive, which is basically someone that, goes into a place and feel, what the person that passed, what they experienced in their lifetime. There was a couple of investigations that we will talk with too about in a little while. So, I've always felt that I had, I was very in tuned. And of course, once I seen Nancy's ad, I was like, I'm going for it. So
circle it with a highlighter, cut it out.
exactly.
I gotcha. And just because we said backstage that we're all about the audience and everything like that. So guys, let's hit this one real quick and then we'll continue on. Lurker, why don't you start, brother?
I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I have a team name. Well, I'm a solo, but I'm going to call it Moonlight Paranormal Research. I do things that are unconventional, unorthodox, because I use devices and other things that are not meant for paranormal use, but I use it in a paranormal investigation setting to see what I can get.
Cool. Squeaks?
I'm from Spokane, Washington. So I'm quite a ways away from these two, but so for the internet wise, it's home.
And my name is Matt. I am paranormal consultant, host, and I'm from Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, stuck right dead center in the middle. And I'm up in the New England area with just like these ladies. And when I saw central Massachusetts, I was like, uh-oh. And the reason why I said uh-oh is because of the guy I was talking about, Victor Santiago. And he's literally right there in Boston. He's right there. And he prides himself in being Boston's best.
Well, I don't know about that. We'll have to see.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
Challenge.
You know what? We got to get you guys out with Don Vict and all of us and get him investigating. He's not an investigator.
Ah,
But he respects us, but he always says, I'm not going. Bullshit. Anyway, hey Tez, how you doing tonight? So David is actually kicking it off with a really good question for you ladies, and that's you must have went to Lizzie Borden's house in her grave. Have you guys hit that up yet?
actually, we haven't.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, we don't have a tendency to do a lot of popular touristy places for investigation. We work with businesses and people's homes, and but we don't tend to go to the. I'm not saying they're not haunted. I'm just saying that we don't tend to do that.
So what about up in Salem? I know Boston, Salem, Mass has. I mean, it's not just one location. Obviously, I was there myself, and that whole town is just like Gettysburg. It's just that feel. It just has it.
It does, but I have psychic abilities, and I really haven't. I've been through all the tours and everything like that. I used to give tours in Salem, and I never really felt anything, to be honest with you. Now, maybe I wasn't open to it at the time, but I really have to focus and open up to sense spirit, to sense whatever it might be in the area. And maybe I just wasn't open at the time. I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying I didn't experience it.
Excuse me. I know I was there a couple of years back, 2 or 3 years ago. I was up there, and it was right around this time. I know it was before Halloween, just when all the spooky, scary stuff was all out and about. And there is basically a central park area right in the middle of the town. Beautiful, beautiful area. And just standing in that park was enough for me. It just felt, I don't want to say weird, but you could feel that energy. You can feel, I mean, it felt to me like Gettysburg, like being here in PA. Gettysburg's, not too far of a drive for me, and just standing up on that hillside on Memorial Hill, you can just feel it. And Salem gave me the same feelings, and being downtown, walking the streets and thinking to myself, the history that's come through here, it was like, oof. So I was kind of curious. So that being said, then, so what has been your favorite? What's been, let's say, the most haunted or the most active?
Do you think the funeral home, Suzette?
I would say so. Yeah.
It was our very first investigation, and we were called into a home that had been converted into an apartment, but it was a funeral home. I mean, they still had the wooden lift in the living room that they would put down into the embalming room and bring the caskets up in. And it's very first investigation, and we got a picture at the foot of the embalming room, at the foot of the steps of the embalming room, that no one has been able to debunk. No police forensics, nobody has been able to debunk it.
Are you able to share that photo?
You have it, Suzette?
I do. I don't have it on me right now, but I do have it.
I agree with David. Yikes. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, it was. The other thing was we went up to the third floor, and we picked up an EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, that said, "Shh, Nancy's here." And I thought, oh, crap. They know me in the afterlife.
What's up, Raymond? From Newsom Paranormal. What's up, brother? How you doing tonight? So, like I said, backstage, ladies, the usual suspects are here. And I haven't seen our Paralinks family yet. That doesn't mean they're not hiding somewhere.
Usually when we say their name, they show up like right after.
Usually. So Suzette, what about you? What's been yours? What's been your moment that was just like, holy crap, this stuff's real? You know what I mean? Like, what experience have you had in the field that was just awe?
Well, I would say the funeral home that was converted was definitely a big eye opener. But also, we went to another residence, and to make long story short, we did some history background on it, and we found out that it used to be a police station. There were certain areas of the building that I would honestly, my chest was feeling really tight, and I actually felt like literally like my chest was getting stabbed or something was going on. And once we did some more background check, ended up finding out that a policeman was shot at the police station. And then once I continued to go into another room, I was starting to feel like a presence that was really sad, to the point that I actually broke down and started crying. And then, I found out that there was an older gentleman there that lost his wife, and he was just still in mourning over her.
Aw.
So typically, and it's not all the time, but generally, if there is activities at an investigation, I usually get the sense, or I could feel what actually happened to that person.
Oh, that's cool. And I know that feeling, like when something like that happens, when it's a heaviness, and I think we've all experienced it in the
Mhm.
Yeah.
field. Just you walk into a place and you don't even know about it. It's just
Yeah.
something's off, something doesn't feel right, and I think we've all had at least the experience once. Now, let me ask those: was when you said you started crying, was that more of a channeling? Like, did you just automatically start crying, or did you start feeling was it from the heaviness? Like, was it from the spirit, or was it from the environment?
It was first from the heaviest. Like, I knew something was going on, and then I just started crying.
Oh,
So I definitely, definitely felt sadness in the room.
well, that's sad. I mean, it's good experience, and it
Mhm.
can become really great evidence, but it is the nature of the business. It's almost like working in an emergency room. Like I work
Yeah.
security in an emergency room, and some of the stories that I've heard come through people, and just sit there and keep straight faced and be like, well, I have a job to do. You want to
Yeah.
help
Mhm.
these people out, but we have a job to do. It's terrible. It's terrible. Lurker Squeaks, one of you guys, you're up. They're tired of hearing me talk.
I mean, honestly, when it comes to experiences like that, like I've experienced that something similar like that, but I'm not too much on the emotional side, but I do feel like a heaviness to it. But it feels like
Yeah.
there's more weight on you when you're
Mhm.
Yeah.
standing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and when you sit, and like you're having trouble breathing, like
Yeah.
you're trying to pray, but you're like something's on you or something's on
Yeah.
your chest. I don't know if it's the same feeling you guys have been
Yeah, you
feeling.
could
Yeah.
definitely, and that's what it feels like. Like somebody's basically sitting on your chest.
I mean, sometimes you walk into a place and you sense it immediately.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You just know that something's off, something's there, something's trying to communicate with you. And you have to decide whether you're going to be open and accept it or not. You have to weigh whether or not it's safe sometimes too.
Those
'Cause I've
boundaries are
been punched and pushed and scratched, and just have to be careful sometimes.
I agree.
Squeaks, you got some questions?
Well, actually, I do. So what has been your most scariest investigation that you guys have been on?
I don't scare easily. I
I don't either.
you are, Suzette. I mean, you approach it.
Yeah.
First of all, we approach it scientifically. We use all the equipment. We do all our investigation part. We look into the history of the place. We do all that type of background work. And then if we feel comfortable, then we open up psychically to see what we can pick up.
Okay.
So it's a
Have you-
process.
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
With that being said, have you ever dealt with anything that has just tried to make your psychic ability pop, like right at the beginning, or?
Yeah, there have been a couple times the minute I walk in, I know, and I have to put a kind of a barrier and protect myself because I need to know what I'm facing before I get involved with something. There are
Mhm.
evil ghosts, there are good ghosts. I mean, spirits that just got to find out what you're dealing with.
Do you guys ever go in before you guys go in? Do you guys ever do like a prayer? Do you do protection spells? I don't know what you guys are into. Do you have things that you carry on you for protection?
Yeah, some crystals, smudging sticks. I always say a prayer. I'm a minister as well, so I will say a prayer and put a protection circle around us, give us a
Mhm.
white light around us to protect us as we go through.
Do you find? I know some groups think that it hinders them. Do you find that it hinders your ability, or do you think it's actually just a really good thing to protect yourself? Do you think it brings out more?
I think it is a really good thing to protect yourself, because you don't know what you're dealing when you first walk in somewhere. All you've got is people's testimony to what they've experienced. And so you don't know exactly what you're dealing with. And I find that as long as I protect myself and do the scientific work and then open up psychically, I'm protected, and I can handle the psychic vibrations and communications and everything.
When was the first time that you ladies experienced that? Like throughout childhood, throughout your teenage years, adult years?
I've known all my life.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely knew also, growing up, there was actually a point that I, started witchcraft, which ended up not turning out so well because I wasn't aware of what could happen with doing the witchcraft that I was doing. And then, once I, kind of got out of that, then this kind of lead me into what we're doing now.
Okay. And actually, Brian John Laverty, the one, Mr. Parapost, the guy I was telling you about before, Mr. He's got actually a really good question for you guys. So what's your guys' method? I'm going to make it plural here. So, sorry. So what's your ladies' method for protecting? Like, as far as, let's say you just show up to on site, but you haven't even walked in yet. What's your procedure? Like, what's your usual to protect yourself?
I usually do a protection prayer, and I visualize a circle of light coming around us, and don't let it down until I've done my investigation and done all the scientific work, and I know have an idea of what I'm dealing with.
Okay.
So you research first, and then you go in.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, normally when we go in an investigation, whether it's a residence or a business, we sit down with the client and just ask, a bunch of questions. When did you first have the experience? What are you feeling? And, get more into detailing on what they're actually going through. So we have some idea also what we could be potentially dealing with.
And if we have more than one client in the home, we'll separate them. We want to make sure that the stories are not exactly the same, or they're not, speaking off of one another. So we separate our clients so that, and usually a different investigator interviews each person. And then we put all the data together and get together to go over everything before we actually start investigating.
So do you guys just strictly do clientele, or do you guys, I know you said you don't do a lot of the popular haunts, so to speak, every pun intended, but what about like any type of public area? Have you gone to any like cemeteries? Stuff
No,
like that?
we don't do cemeteries. Cemeteries are private property, and you don't want, if you want to do an investigation, you don't want to go someplace like that and get yourself in trouble with the law. You really have to be careful. Plus, really, I mean, certain cemeteries, like you're talking about in Pennsylvania, okay, those, yes, I can see them being haunted, but most cemeteries are not exactly the most haunted. I mean, spirits connect to places and people they love. They don't necessarily want to be next to a grave with their decaying bones, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, but we'll do. I mean, we went to the Higgins Armory in Worcester, and from our investigation through that, we picked up a shadow figure, we picked up some EVPs, and that brought TAPS in to do a program there. So it's not in existence anymore. They closed it, not because of us, but
I hope not. Okay, so I have one more question before we go to our commercial break, because it's already that time, and that's one thing I love about these shows is you get going, you start talking, you have great guests like yourselves, and next thing you know, it's like, oh crap, we're like already 2 hours in. But anyway, so one question I love to ask is, I know it's just you two, correct, on the team for right now?
For now,
For
it
right
is.
now,
We're
yes.
hiring bringing in new people. They're all volunteers. We don't pay anybody. We do train them, do a lot of training with them. But for right now, it's us. We kind of let it go for a while, and we're picking it back up again.
So that being said, and feel free to call each other out, because this is good content. But who's the troublemaker? Who's the prankster?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
I think somebody just got called out.
Smile tells it all.
When we get going, we're quite something, aren't we, Suzette?
Yeah, we are. We are definitely.
I mean, we just, the thing is, we take the investigation, everything seriously, and how we're helping the people, but we don't take ourselves seriously.
You can't.
No.
I think
have fun.
Exactly. It's just like the shows. Like, that's one reason why I said before, I don't script anything, because there's no need to. We can play off with each other. It's great. We can bounce
When you
ideas.
don't have fun, that's when the drama comes in, and so you gotta have that fun.
Exactly.
And not just that, but it's also, if you don't like it, why force it? Because it'll show across your cameras, and it'll be the same way in the field. Like, even investigating, you start taking it too serious. It goes from, hey, well, my name is Matt, how you doing, blah blah blah, to, what's your name? How old are you?
Yeah. It can get really boring real easy if you don't keep it light.
Yeah, exactly.
All monotoned.
I'm telling you all right now.
I don't even want to go back to half of our videos when we first started out.
Oh, I don't even want to hear that crap. Mine were terrible. I still don't know what y'all are watching, but anyway. But no, I'm telling you right now, if somebody investigates after I pass and I come back, which, by the way, I'm making a list, and I know
me too.
Mr. Laverty, he's number 41. He moved up a spot. But I swear, if anybody investigates me that way, I'm gonna pick you up and carry you out. I don't care. I don't care if it's your own house. I don't care. I'm coming for you, lurker. You better have an offering of In-N-Out.
I'll have a shrine in your honor.
Okay, just amping In-N-Out. Got it. But so what has been the funniest? What's been the funniest moment? And feel free to throw each other under the bus.
So, like funny as far as one of the investigations we were at, or
your dealer's choice. This is
hey
yours.
Nancy, what about the investigation that potentially somebody was being possessed?
Oh,
remember that one?
That always comes to mind. Yeah.
Oh, this is good. We're not going to commercial. This one.
Nancy could tell it.
We were called to an apartment in, I don't know, the Back Bay or something like that. And we were told the place was haunted. And we go in, and it's a small little apartment with maybe 5 rooms at the most. And all of a sudden, after we've investigated and haven't found anything, this girl starts going full on demon on us. I mean, she was screaming and yelling and kicking, and few people panicked.
Sounds like my ex-wife. I swear she was possessed.
But I'm sitting there and I'm saying that this just isn't right. I mean, I did the blessing, and she's not reacting. She's just yelling. So I finally looked at her and I said, "Oh, for Christ's sake, knock it off!" And she was so shocked she stopped.
I love clients like
and
that.
We just walked out. We were laughing.
Because the thing was also that, so if somebody gets possessed, and here's Nancy, and like she had the thing for the minister, and she had like the holy water out and everything, and you would think that evil spirit would attack her, but no, she was basically strongly attacking her boyfriend or her husband, I can't remember, and just like ignoring us. So that was kind of like a sign right there that something was going on.
And that's why I'm a firm believer now in holy water balloons.
I like that idea.
So there was something going on. She wasn't faking it, or
She was faking it.
She
Okay.
was, yeah.
There was no question.
I don't know about you ladies, but I've done over 400 cases in my 16 years, and I think almost every one of them has said, "Oh, I have a demon." What about you guys? Have you found that? Have your clients always said that they have a demon, or is it just the ones I get the weird ones?
Well, she was the only one that said she was possessed, but everybody seems to say we have something evil in the house.
Mhm.
There's
I get
something
that.
evil here.
No,
And
they straight up said, "I have a demon." No, you don't.
No.
You have grandma
Yeah, I
sitting in the
mean,
corner.
It gets a little bit emotional when there's a child involved. Like there was one investigation that a little child was involved, and the mother was determined that some form was reaching out to her son, to the point that she had all the mirrors covered in her house.
Okay.
So, like little things like that, when it comes to a child or a younger kid, it is priority for us because it does, come to heart.
And I think everyone in this community will 100% agree with you on that one. If there's a child involved, it's drop what you're doing.
Yeah.
Type stuff. It doesn't matter if it's they have a new imaginary friend, all the way to they're getting attacked.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to us. But okay. You could have just said something, Lurker.
Oh, I was wondering what the heck you're like.
No, first I saw something move. I saw something move on your camera. I was like, that distracted me. You
It's
should know
TV.
by now.
It's
Huh?
TV.
That was a great
Oh,
impression.
TV. I have shiny syndrome. You can't do that shit to me.
Debunked.
And then,
debunked, it's a TV.
Well, just never mind. Well, that's for another show. And then he sent me a message in private chat. I'm like, you can just say it. It's all good. We have no secrets here. So before commercial break, there is one thing I do want to address. So number one on my list is the Wicked Consultant on my haunting list. I have a list of people I'm going to haunt, and she's number one.
Dun, dun, dun.
So Lurker, you have time, and Squeakers, you have
I
time.
know what he's gonna do. He's gonna go raid her lasagna.
Oh,
And that is not an innuendo.
Say that in a gross way.
That is not an
Raid
innuendo.
her lasagna.
Wait a minute. I don't know what's going on.
where are we going here?
Welcome to the show. Probably, Vicky.
The
But anyway,
Oscar.
by the way, Suzette, you asked why she got the name Squeakers. Well, there you go. But while we wait for Squeakers to recover, folks, we're going to go to a commercial break. But don't go anywhere because we have two brand new videos, two brand new commercials to watch. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to find out what is the future of CMPS. So see you soon.
It's been coming up like sun above. It's making us come together. Been making plans and joining hands. Come by me, stand and come together. When they know we've had enough, they'll try and call our bluff. But no, there's no stopping us. We're making a promise. Yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh, yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. They say we're weak, when we don't speak, but they don't see us come together. Behind closed doors, we choose love, not war. It's at our core when we come together. They will hear us loud and clear. We'll walk right through the fear. And then once we'll all appear and say, we're standing right here. Come on. Yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh. Yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh. Yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh. Yeah, we're starting up something. We're starting up something. Oh.
Yes, I threw a plug in for myself. So, but I just wanted to say, instead of going through and announcing everybody, like I usually do during the commercials, guys, I wanted to put everything into one commercial. Just one video for everybody. Please go back and check out each and every one of these amazing individuals, like Parapost, for example. Parapost and Parapost Network Central on Facebook. You can find Parapost on really anywhere, on Android, iOS, or go to parapost.net. Sign up for free. Paralinks, another really great network. All those links are right in the description. Go check them out. Seriously, why wouldn't you? But there's, I mean, like it says, together we make the difference, and we are making a big difference in our field. So let's continue that. And Lurker did have to get going, guys. So that's all right. I know he's got a lot to do. He's got some videos and other things. Squeakers, you look distracted. Are you all right?
Sorry, I'm just getting a lot of messages all of a sudden, so I apologize. I had to mute it.
You're good. You're good. And just a reminder for everybody, Paravid Studios, my new business, will be starting November 1st. So if you're interested in finding out more details about it, shoot me a message, or you can email me at paravidstudios@gmail.com. So we are back with CMPS, the two lovely ladies, Nancy and Suzette. And, before we ask some questions here, Suzette, I noticed in the 2-minute video, and actually all the videos, which, by the way, all these videos are made by Paravid Studios, just letting you guys know. But anyway, you were just head bobbing and just like rocking out.
I was digging the music. I'm sorry. I was getting ready to dance.
I forget who I said this to. I think it was Howard Petrie from the Petrie Dish. There's just something about these tracks that I found that just fit so well with the video. Like it's perfect. It's you almost cannot use it. You have to.
It's awesome.
And especially that first one, Ghost in the Daylight, the very 1st one. It's so fitting for this field because I feel like we all witness something paranormal or something that could be paranormal literally any time, day or night. And it's just an odd feeling, but it's still upbeat and positivity, and it's almost like it's motivating. And I'm not saying the music, well, not just the music, but the event themselves. But anyway,
Exactly. So guys, while we were on a break, I got the picture.
oh, awesome.
So I don't know if you can
Suzette.
see it.
Well,
So
here we go. What we
I
can
don't know if
do.
you guys can see it. I'm trying to. Do you see it? Kinda.
Oh, that is cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like he has a hat and there's a hand reaching out and the facial feature underneath the red.
Yeah.
That
And
is
nobody's
trippy.
been able to debunk it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Suzette, if you're able to take a picture of that and send it, I can put it on screen. Maybe we can make it a little bit
That
clearer.
is really trippy.
But yeah, that was
Yeah, I
amazing.
could actually
That was
send
awesome.
it to you.
All right. And
Um,
while she's doing that, folks, Keith Evans actually has a really good question for you, ladies. And Keith is another great investigator. Well, researcher. My apologies. Keith likes to be called a researcher. But what was your most unusual paranormal case?
Well, I still think the funeral home ranks right up there.
yeah, I would say so too.
Okay.
I mean, we've had a lot of different places and weird things happen in each one, but that was the freakiest. I think the gal that lived there ended up in the hospital after she found out she was her house was haunted.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow. All right.
she was really freaked out by it.
Go ahead, Squeaks.
Did she experience it herself?
I don't know. I remember sitting and talking to her and giving her the background because we, of course, meet with them after we do all our investigation, show all our evidence. And then the next thing I heard, she wasn't there anymore.
If it was
Yeah.
that, what kind of ghost would you consider that being?
I don't know that it was a specific ghost. I think it was more her own fears, to be honest with you,
Okay.
because I didn't sense that, and I don't know about you, Suzette, but that there was anything really evil in that house.
No,
I mean,
Right.
no.
They were making their presence known.
Mhm.
And of course, in a funeral home, you have spirits coming and going, but we didn't sense anything evil at all. And we
Yeah.
were always quick to tell people that
Yeah,
they have
You
nothing
know,
to fear.
Right.
and a little bit of background for that picture. So we were upstairs, decided to go downstairs in the basement where
Which
they
was the
used to
embalming room.
the embalming room. And one of our investigators heard a noise. She quickly turned around and snapped the picture, and that's what she got.
And here it is, folks.
instinct. Wow.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in a little bit. That is amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing.
I mean, I see exactly what you're talking about. It almost looks like somebody standing there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
here's the hand. You can almost see like the knuckles. Like that's how clear
Mhm.
that is.
The nose, the eyes, the hat.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say the hat
of the
right there. That's what
Now-
that's not paraphernalia at all. When you got clothing like that coming through.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there's the eyes right there. There's the bridge of the nose. You can see it clear. You can see the cheekbones. I mean, that is just an amazing capture. Now, let me ask you this. The spirits that were there, like, were you picking up on a male, female, anything like that?
For me, it was mostly male.
Mostly
Mhm.
male?
Exactly.
Because, yeah, I can kind of see, at least in this one, even though there is some masculine structure, especially in the nose, like the bridge here,
Mhm.
if you look, you can see almost like a feminine, softer lips. It's not like a masculine, it's more of a softer lip
Mm.
that a female would have, along with the cheekbones, the cheek and the jawline. The jawline's a lot more feminine. That's interesting. That is interesting. Let's see. Jen says, "Can you share that on the podcast page?" Yeah, we. If you ladies don't mind, it's not my property, so. Hey, Jonathan, what's up, brother? From Crossover Paranormal Society. Jonathan's another one of our good brothers. But yeah, it's honestly up to you, ladies. If you like, we can share it.
What do you
but
think, Suzette?
it's
I
your
don't see any
property.
reason.
No, I don't see any reason either.
Okay,
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to
Mhm.
make sure because, like I said, that's all your property, and that is honestly nothing against you guys or anybody that's been on the show, but that's probably one of my favorite captures. In all honesty, that's one of my favorites. Um, basically, you just said almost like Ken Allen. Yeah, kind of. I don't know. Love you, Ken, but it was still good. Make sure it's watermarked. Yeah. Do you guys have one that's watermarked or?
No.
Okay.
There
Maybe-
is different sites you can get watermarks on if you like.
Mhm.
maybe I'll wait to
Photo.
hold off. I'll hold off on that until you guys get it
Good point,
watermarked,
Jen.
so that way it's.
Okay.
Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Jen, for the heads up.
Thank
And
you.
I agree.
On
I
anything
agree.
you want to do a watermark because nowadays and age people try to steal everything. So
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
I think a couple of mine got stolen, to be honest, because I've seen it on other people's pages, and I'm like, no, that was not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what I love about Canva because I can show when it was created and everything like that. So,
Yep.
Jen says she uses PowerPoint for her. So there you go. So that might be easier if you ladies have PowerPoint. So we talked about the history. We talked about some of your experiences, but now I want to talk about the future of CMPS. So what do you ladies have on?
The future is only going to get better for us. We're in the process of redesigning our webpage, which I definitely do have to do something with the picture to put it up there. We're going to start receiving. We already got 2 applicants that want to join the group. And then from there, it's just going to expand and grow.
Cool. So what do you guys have in mind for the team? Like, I know you want to expand, but are you going to be doing different locations, like more like public locations? Are you going to continue pressing on with the clientele? Are you going to do like these podcasts? Like, what do you guys have in mind?
All of the above.
Yep.
Oh.
So we're actually not too long ago, we did do a teen lecture at a library, and it was kind of cute because then we went downstairs and we actually did a mini investigation. So we do lectures, we do other things also.
That's cool. And actually, it's funny you should mention that, like doing the library. I didn't actually do the library yet, but that's how I met Scott. We talked about Mr. Fedora backstage, and yeah, Fedora, we showed your wonderful picture. Nancy didn't see it. I'm sorry. Let me show it for Nancy. Nancy, this is like the parrot Chad. He's a hunk. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my.
And if you're feeling festive, there, look at the turkey. Oh,
I know it's that time of year again.
what a
Almost.
stud.
You're showing it a lot.
And that is none other than the infamous Mr. Fedora, Scott Morton. Like I was telling Suzette backstage before the show, Scott is literally the reason why this is all happening because I started off just doing like a how-to for the paranormal. And it wasn't until I met Scott that he goes, dude, you have something here. You need to keep this going. You need to make this into a show. And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, well, maybe here in Central PA. And then next thing I know, it's, oh yeah, well, here, meet this person, meet that person, meet this person. Next thing you know, I'm interviewing and talking with people all over the world, and it's all thanks to that man. So, but when I met him face to face for the first time, it was at an event called Aloha Mora. For those of you Potterheads, you know what I'm talking about. Mackenzie and I,
Oh, here we go again.
she didn't expect that Patronum. What the hell was that?
Hi. You just scared the holy shit out of me.
Yeah, it is a paranormal show, so that works. But what we were doing. See, this is what I mean. The show just goes, yes.
Yeah.
But we were doing this this training. We were doing this training on how-to investigations for the general public at this event, and that was the first time I ever met Scott face to face. And then after we did the lecture and the classes, then we investigated. We're like, all right, have a great night, guys. Get the out. All right, let's set up the equipment. So what about anywhere outside of Massachusetts? Are you guys looking to start going other places?
Well, we've been to Rhode Island. We've I'm up in Maine a lot, so I'm looking to expand up there. And I mean, we have to judge where we're going because of the travel and the distance. So that's why we've kind of focused on Massachusetts. But I've been to Connecticut, Rhode Island.
Well, you know, I was just telling Victor Santiago from the Don Vic show the other day. Massachusetts has so much history. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
PA has a lot as well, but I mean, Massachusetts is like littered. You can't go anywhere without some sort of revolutionary type of history. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. And so then what about some of these more public, like, have you guys gone to any historical locations, or are you planning on it? Like,
well, we're open to it. I was a docent at the Louisa May Alcott House for 5 years in Concord, Massachusetts, and they have a bit of activity there. I don't know if like publicize that much, but so I mean, if it's open, if it's available and people want us to come in, we do. We just try to not to force ourselves into places that we might not be welcome.
That's fair. That's fair. I know we talked about Salem, but I would love to explore like it. I'm assuming Boston has one heck of a historical district. Are you guys allowed to wander that at night, or is that?
I wouldn't. In Boston?
The historical district, though, is it?
No.
Is it still in kind of the shady area then?
Well, it's getting better, but I'm not a big fan of the Boston area. I mean, I like. Boston is fine, and I love it for the historical properties, but I don't even go down there to go to shows or anything anymore.
See, it's kind of like Philly. There are certain spots in Philadelphia that if it's dark out, you get in your vehicle and you lock the doors and go up to the mountains. But
they used to call the certain area of Boston the combat zone, so take it for what it was.
That's fair. That sounds like Berwick. So my last question, and you know what? I'm not pulling out the notebook.
Okay.
So a little inside joke for you ladies. Brian runs a show called Through the Lens. You saw it on the commercial. Him and co-host Lex do an amazing show. They're a lot more structured than this show. Well, they try to be. And go ahead and say I'm wrong, Brian. Much love to you, brother, but tell me I'm wrong. But I always make a joke that I'm writing down their last question. I steal their last question. So hence the notebook, which I'm missing 2 weeks ago, Brian. So message me. But anyway, one question that they love to ask, and I'm going to tweak it by giving it to Squeakers. You know which question I'm talking about, Squeaks. Money travel by.
Sorry, I'm like that just blew my mind away, and I apologize.
Talk about that for a curveball.
Right?
What's up, Nando?
So if you had no money issues at all, where would you want to go? What's your top bucket list place?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
I would like to go to Gettysburg someday, and to Scotland.
I would honestly do. I would too, honestly.
You ladies are about
Scotland.
You ladies are about 3 weeks late for Gettysburg. I just held an event called Para-Unity Day, and it was at Gettysburg.
Oh man, yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, if you ladies get down to Central Pennsylvania, stop by the house. I'll personally take you down to Gettysburg myself.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
We'll show you around, and we'll really have some fun. So
I bet we will.
Now you said Ireland. That's intriguing because we have a lot of family, and what I mean family is like the P3 program, which we'll be playing that video. Don't go anywhere, folks. But we'll be playing that. Some of our family members are from Scotland. And Liz, who was in the opening, who was our fan of the month, she's from Scotland. So we have a lot of connections out there. Now, what area are you talking? Like what is some of any specific place or just anywhere?
Anywhere. I mean, Inverness, it's haunted everywhere there. And I have family. My father went all the way back to King James I of Scotland. So we've got a lot of history there.
Wow. What about you, Suzette?
I would definitely, Ireland is definitely, it's beautiful there. And I have a little bit of Irish in me, so I definitely would like to visit there. Definitely. London, Paris, I just would love to travel.
That sounds like a lot of fun. And actually, I have to agree, especially Paris,
Mm-hmm.
down in the catacombs. They are notorious. I would just love to just go down there just to see it.
Definitely.
I was always fascinated with, places that have like underground, like historical, like old train stops and things like that too. So,
well, I know you ladies were talking about the show Taps earlier.
Yes.
With Ghost Hunters. My bucket list is kind of based off of that. I think number 2. Well, it depends on the mood, which 2 and 3 switches, but Lep Castle is on it, which Barry Fitzgerald, I think that was his premiere episode with the group. We work with him with the Global Ghost Hunt. He's actually our spokesperson for that. Excuse me. But number 1 on there is the Hellfire Club.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get down to the Hellfire Club so bad. Just to me, you've got heaven above with the church and hell below. It would just be so amazing. So amazing.
Definitely.
Well, Bill, anytime you guys want to go, again, anybody wants to go to Gettysburg, you let me know. The consultant's ready. Shannon, hello, Shannon. There's some of our Paralinks family. I don't know where the rest of them are. But anyway, so the last question I have for you ladies is the most important of the evening, and it's the most honest I need you to be all night long. I'm not saying you haven't been, but the most honest. Do you want to come back for a part 2?
Oh, definitely.
Absolutely.
Anytime. We've had a lot of fun. At least I have.
I love answering that or asking that because a lot of people, you just see it in the faces of each one of our guests. As soon as I say the most important, they're like they're ready. They're like, let's do it. I'm like, you want to come back? They're like, wait, what? It's almost, yeah. But anyway, we'd love to have you back on just to see what you've been up to, what's going on. Don't go anywhere, ladies. Please hang out backstage after the show.
Okay.
There's something I want to talk to you ladies about, but where can everybody find you? Because guys, if you haven't already, go check these 2 out. They are growing. I know they've been around for a while, but you know what? They're due. They're due for a big spurt in popularity. Hint, hint.
Yep.
So where can they find you ladies at?
So we are on Facebook, CMPS, Central Mass Paranormal Society. We're on Instagram, and pretty soon as the new website goes up, that's going to be posted on Facebook also. And just so everybody knows, if anybody could reach out to us, it doesn't have to be Central Mass. It could be anywhere in Massachusetts. We had a couple of clients reach out from us from Ohio, New Hampshire, and if we cannot get to them, we definitely have connections for them to get in touch with other paranormal groups there. So definitely, even if somebody just wants to send us an email or message us just with pictures or their experiences, we're very open to it.
Yeah. We'll help any way we can.
Which, by the way, folks, their links, Facebook and Instagram, are in the description, but be on the lookout. I will share any type of new links that I have for these ladies. And let's do what we do best and support each other and support these 2 wonderful people and investigators. And I'm excited to see what 2023 has in store for you guys.
So are we.
Excited. really excited. So thank you both so much for coming on. It's been an absolute blast.
Thank you for having us.
And
Thank you.
Nancy, I'm so glad we got your
Oh,
phone
me too. It didn't look good there for a while.
So, ladies, anything you want to say to everyone before we put you backstage while we close out?
Just thank you, everybody, for being here. Good to see you, and look forward to hearing more from everybody.
Yes.
Awesome. Much love, ladies. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You know, the only thing I can say is wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Wonderful ladies.
That picture, though. That picture. I mean, I'm sorry, guys, who have sent me stuff. I'm sorry, but wow. I saw that, and I was gonna say you should have saw my head, but you could. It was live. I just felt the head cock. It was great.
I'm sorry. Every time you do that, you look like a pug to me. I'm just like,
You saying I have a smushed face? Thanks, Squeaks. Love you too.
I'm sorry, I can't help it.
But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for us for tonight. Join us tomorrow on the Petri Dish on Paralinks 2, right? Yeah, Paralinks 2. Paralinks 2, Parapost Network Central.
Okay.
We're all over the freaking place. But that's going to be at 9 p.m. Sorry, I'm messing with videos. But that'll be at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then Friday, we at 9 p.m. Eastern for the Paracrew Podcast. Who do we have this on Friday? Who do we have?
We actually have two other shows this week. We have Barely Fear on Thursday, and I knew I should have sucked.
Since when?
And we have David Hope and Gemma Stone on Friday.
So we got 3 people in the next 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing to me?
You said I could add another day, so I did. But hey, I'm only adding 2 days, so it's either going to be back to back or every other Thursday.
I gotta be in freaking 7 days a week. Someone
So
needs to
that
pay me
Kim
for
doesn't
this.
clobber me.
Somebody needs to start paying me for this. No, I'm joking. But thank you guys so much for watching. But seriously, don't miss the rest of the shows. You heard it. And also, I actually found out I will be on Spectre Radio at 5 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. I'm super excited. Aaron has asked me to come on, and I agree with Facebook user. It's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you guys so much for all your love and support for everything you do. But do not go anywhere, because as we always do, we're going to, we always play the P3 video. If you guys are interested in joining P3, all you got to do is message us and ask. And, you know, it's an open community. We love everybody. We care about each other. We support each other. And in all honesty, that's what it's about, right?
And in the future, it's going to come with perks, you guys. So you're going to want to be a part
Not
of
coffee. Not coffee, though.
it. Not coffee.
Not that type of perk.
Damn. I like the coffee. You can buy us a coffee.
Yeah, you could buy us a coffee. That's in the description, too. Buy us a coffee so we can buy coffee. I see how that works. But all right, guys, we're going to get going for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night on the Petri Dish, 9 p.m. Eastern time on Paralinks 2 and Parapost Network Central on Facebook. Much love to you guys. Have a great night. And I guess there's only one thing left for us to say. Y'all have yourselves a great rest of your night. Have fun. Stay safe. And as always, guys, happy hauntings.
To this crew, yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up to this crew, yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. Got props non-stop and mad love for you.
Rising up like the moon, elevating the mood, uplifting attitudes, cause that's what we choose to do. And I don't know about you, but there's enough negativity going around with plenty room to improve. Yeah, sometimes we collide with stress and negativity. We always let it slide.
It's an elevated vibe, so fly. We touch the sky every time we ride. Big up to this crew. Yeah, we like to keep it positive, you know how we do. Big up to this crew. From day one till it's done, do or die, me and you. Big up
what you find. You're gonna see the same sucker MCs on the sidelines. In the fourth quarter when it's do or die time. That's when this crew is inclined to go prime time. From day one straight till it's done. But you all know full well that we only just begun.
Yeah.
We stick together, one for all for one. When it gets heavy, no, we don't duck and run. Crazy thinking about the places that we've been. Y'all, I could tell you stories